Hello, hello. Welcome back to the live stream. To me, mostly because I've been gone for a minute. I don't know how many people are going to make it to this stream, but I think this is going to be a good one to catch on VOD for people later. I view this as kind of like a pre-game, pre-season little appetizer before Love is Blind Season 6 really gets going. It's still a ways away, but it's coming sooner than we think. I've got my cup, the infamous cup. I can bring it back now that there's a new season. So exciting. And yeah, I saw over the past week or two, they've been releasing the cast of the new season. And this past week, like a few days ago, they released the season's trailer. So yeah, I haven't looked at anything yet, like I said in my posts. I haven't seen anything about the couple. I haven't watched the trailer. And I don't read spoilers. Let's just say that right at the gate. I don't look up marriage certificates, which I know some people do. I like to go into the season kind of as intended, and then postseason, maybe I'll hear about what was spoiled and what wasn't. But yeah, I'm excited for a new season. I think last season was pretty weak, probably the weakest season of Love is Blind. So I'm hoping that at least this new season it's kind of only up from there, in my opinion. And if it's worse somehow in season 5, then maybe there's no hope for this show. But I'm excited to kind of just put the past behind us, put season 5 behind us, and get excited for a new set of couples. Hopefully more couples to root for this time around, because that was kind of the big issue of season 5. There was a lot of drama and villains and stuff like that, but not much love to be rooting for. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the Miscellaneous channel, where I do miscellaneous things. I'm Zeleny. I typically cover TV, pop culture, internet trends, and other miscellaneous things on this channel, so subscribe if that's your vibe. I've been kind of MIA from my YouTube channel this month. I'm sorry about that. I've just been kind of burnt out. Last week, also, I did kind of my holiday travel a little delayed, and I went to Las Vegas. I'm documenting that trip on my TikTok page, which you can follow at Miscellaneous, same as here. But yeah, now I'm kind of in this post-vacation slump, if you will, but also just trying to get back into my routines, into my life, into my hobbies, and hopefully get into new videos, because right now reality TV is kind of popping off. I'm watching Drag Race. I want to talk about Drag Race on this channel, but I don't know. It's such a saturated commentary market. But I'm loving Drag Race right now. I'm watching The Traitor Season 2 as well. I'm actually going to watch that right after this. And this week, I'm proud to say I just finished Vanderpump Rules, in its entirety. It took about 2-3 months, I think. Maybe even longer. But yeah, so the new season of Vanderpump Rules is coming out next week, and I'm hoping to make a video. I think I've also been chilling out on videos because I know there's a lot coming that I want to cover. Love is Blind takes up usually 3 weekends or weeks out of my schedule, and then I knew Vanderpump was coming, and I was trying to finish it before, so that's where I've been in a Vanderpump hole since the holidays, pretty much. And maybe I'll live stream about Drag Race after the finale or something, but that one I usually haven't talked about historically. But we're here for Love is Blind, so let's talk about that. I think first I want to watch the trailer for the season, and then I'll watch the little video that shows like the cast answering like little questions, and then we'll go through like scroll through the list of like the photos and the little details that they say about the cast. You know, they do like a little article on Netflix that has everyone's photo, where they're from, age, things like that. I've only done this live stream, like a cast reveal live stream, once before for season 5. And it's kind of hard because I'm like, I don't have much to judge these people on aside from their looks, and I don't really love to judge people on their looks. Also, they all kind of have similar fashion. So all I'm looking for is just seeing who is featured in the trailer. That's why I want to watch the trailer first, and see if I can identify who they are when we go through the cast list. And I also want to see if there's anyone alternative. I'm always looking for that. I don't think historically we've ever had anyone with like weird colored hair. I don't think we do probably this season either. But, you know, I'm always on the lookout for an alternative queen to root for in these seasons. And yeah, so let's get into the trailer first. And I'm going to use my little screen where you can't really see. Hi, Pixel Floyd in the chat. Let's see. Let me get it up first. Oh, sorry, that's my bad. It's been a minute since streaming too, so I'm like, wait, how do I do this? I forgot. Okay, trailer first. Now we're viewing. Okay. Hopefully I don't get kicked off for copyrighted content. It's just a trailer, please, Netflix. Don't come for me. Okay. This is my first time watching it. I'm going to try to remember who's who.
I feel optimistic that my person is here.
I don't really give the nice guy a try, but I really want something real. I have a daughter. She's the most important part of my life.
Have you
A mother.
ever been close to getting married?
Well, I was married.
Girl, how am I going to tell these brunettes apart? I don't know.
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
Okay, bro.
We are falling for the same person.
She's gorge.
For you.
I need to check myself. I was getting jealous.
What love triangle am I in? It's like a love star. These pods are scary. They're dangerous.
Long-haired blonde man.
You make me nervous, but comfortable.
I'm over
Glasses.
right now.
You have me in a chokehold with your words.
When you speak, you immediately draw me in. When you laugh, I feel safe.
I think my reason for being here was to find you.
Tattoo.
With a man I haven't even seen.
Is that it? Shit. Okay.
Have you ever been
One more
close
time.
to getting married?
Who said they're in a love triangle?
She's the most important part of my life.
Have you ever been close
You
to
said
getting
this guy?
married?
Well,
He had a
I was
beard.
married.
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
Okay, bro.
We are falling for the same person.
Ugh, I can't tell when they're that close. Okay. So that was the trailer. That's so quick. What am I supposed to do with that? Jesus. Let's look at the longer cast reveal. This one I'm not going to put behind the thingy. You'll see. Because it's on the Netflix page. But hopefully they don't come for me. This one's longer though, at least. Let's get into it. These brunette girls though, they have like kind of the same hair. Oh shit. Audio.
I know it sounds like really crazy, but I know my person is on the other side.
Okay. Nose ring.
What's dating like outside of here? You don't find connections anymore. I can't find someone who wants to connect on a more intimate level.
I think I've been ready to meet the person. I just haven't
Amy
figured out
C.
how to go about it.
I literally have everything in my life, but I just don't have my person.
I've been seeing people say it's an older season. It looks like people in their 30s. That's good.
I'm ready to go headfirst into this experiment.
Loving the
There's no other
girls.
distractions, no other little things I have to worry about. It's just me.
This
and-
blonde man looks like
I
he's
don't know
gonna
the
cause
sample
trouble.
from a can of paint, and I have to open up to ensure that I can get a good connection with them.
Something I've learned about myself. Wow, why am I getting emotional?
Oh gosh, what the heck is happening?
I lost my mom at an early age at 12 years old. I'm so proud of like just all that I've overcome.
26.
Where I have been able to go based on that happening.
My parents came to this country for me, and I feel like I've been able to repay them in the sense that
28.
I've accomplished all the goals that I've set forth for myself.
I'm super proud of how ambitious I've been in achieving my goals for my future family.
Making sure that I'm my biggest priority and constantly working on being a better version of myself. Sorry, we have to start over.
Oh, I like her. She's so emotional.
I'm ready to find love now because I love myself. And in order to love someone else, you have to be in tune with yourself.
People would tell you
Okay,
that I'm
RuPaul.
someone that gives my all, and I'm very compassionate about everything that I do.
Something I'm not going to sacrifice is my integrity. I'm a strong, proud black woman. I stand strong in the things that I believe in.
He would have
Love
to
it.
have the understanding that my
Girl, they're
daughter
gonna be
and
fighting for
possibly
this one
my
after
future
the
children will always
the
come
reveals.
Whether I'm blessed enough to have them myself or have to adopt, it would be a deal breaker if they didn't want to have children.
I have empathy to a fault, and I wear that on my sleeve.
Oh God, not an empath. Trouble.
I know where I'm going, I know who I am, and I'm not willing to compromise on that for anybody, especially someone I'm dating.
So how I'm feeling going into this experience?
I am extremely nervous, excited, scared.
I'm actually curious to see, like, can someone fall in love with me just by talking to me and hearing my voice?
I want to see if my husband is here. When will I meet him? What does he look like?
I'm looking for somebody who can make me laugh. I'm big on like having a best friend as my partner.
Someone to grow and really match my energy with.
All the girls are super nice, and we're all very excited to find
25. Girl.
I've been single for the last 4 years. I'm ready to find love. I'm ready to get married.
I've been ready for a while now. I'm ready to find that person. I'm here for a bigger
28.
purpose.
I've always wanted
Really?
a family, and I think now's a good time to kind of start that process.
Okay, yes,
It's gonna be a process
fashion.
that really works well for me because it takes me a while to open up and get comfortable with somebody.
I've learned that people can surprise you, and what you may think someone is going to be like.
Trevor from the trailer.
We're all trying to find that perfect person, but understanding we're all on the same page and we're all looking for that same thing. Just a little bit of understanding goes a long way.
I don't trust a lawyer.
As weird as it is, I actually appreciate the logic behind it.
I don't think there is anything that I wouldn't sacrifice to find the right person. I think my commitment to this is evidence of that.
This is new, and this is something not a lot of people get to do, and I appreciate what life has given me.
Defying gravity. Hair.
All right, cut.
Okay.
Well, no one said anything particularly quirky. Last season we had Taylor say something about pooping. That was kind of like, oh, okay, that's different. Is this even okay? So let's. I didn't get anything too much from that. Just some people are very beautiful. I mean, all of them, honestly. I don't think the show has ever casted like anyone ugly, really. Some people, I really have a. If you were to ask me to guess their ages, I'd be all over the place. Like, they all kind of look. I can't guess at people's ages. I don't know if it's just me. But a lot of people in their 30s. That is a good thing. This season we are in Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh my God, thank God it said it here. I always say South Carolina or Charleston or something. 30 new men and women. Yeah, okay, this paragraph is pretty generic. Once again, I hate in these cast reveals though, like you see these people and you're gonna get to know like 8 of them probably, and there's 30 men and women. Yeah, 30 total, not 60. Okay. So let's see the women. Oh God, I'm not gonna be able to. to tell who was who. It's a year of pink, though. Okay, she's a 25-year-old. I remember there was only one. She was the youngest, I think. She just seems kind of bubbly. Love the pink. Always love the pink. Okay, they have an about thing. This is helpful. I feel like last year they had more like just age and occupation, maybe. She's keeping her standards high. That means not compromising on her strong Christian morals. Okay, the 25 is making more sense. Or her distaste for poor dental hygiene. You know what? She was giving me dentist vibes for no reason. Like, she's not even a dentist. I think. That's not, yeah. Sees herself as wise beyond her years. Makes sense for the youngest to say that. She's frustrated with the dating scene. Learning to be more patient. She's only truly interested in a serious relationship that could lead to marriage one day. Looking for someone who is strong and able to provide me with peace in a partner. Life is tough, but being able to roll with the punches, continue. Okay. She wants a conservative, meat and potatoes kind of guy. I'm assuming. Strong Christian morals in this economy. Yes, that's what that means. Okay, we'll see. Good luck, girl. I mean, she should have been on the Texas seasons because we got nothing but conservative guys over here. Not in Texas, I guess, but in the season, you know what I mean. Okay, Alejandra. Is she the emotional one? She was sweet. I don't know why she's crying, but she's a financial consultant. Being single is a choice for Alejandra, who refuses to settle when it comes to finding love. I see such a bright future for myself, and I want to make sure that the partner that I choose is someone that only adds to my life. I love this outlook. A self-described alpha woman. What? Alejandra is looking to meet her alpha male. Girl, choose a new term, because her ideal guy is very strong, confident, and a natural-born leader, who she can follow confidently through life's ups and downs. But he also must be emotionally intelligent, be able to communicate. She admits that she'll snap if a guy doesn't close the toilet after flushing. Okay. Is this key for she's going to start drama? She knows that everybody is a work in progress. I'm most proud of the personal growth I've made over the last few years to take care of myself first. I'm constantly working on being a better version of myself. Good for her. She seems independent. I like that she's sensitive. But I don't know about this alpha male desires. Like, girl, be careful what you wish for. And also, is she going to bring drama? Hopefully for us. Okay. She's fierce. Amber Desiree. I'm assuming it's AD, not ad, that she pronounces it. AD. 33, real estate broker. She seemed really confident. Is she the one who had a nose ring or something? Asking really surface level questions about her physical appearance in the pods is an automatic turnoff. Instead, she's looking for that forever type of love that stems from a soul connection. She's wasted enough time on men who haven't been ready to commit. I expect the 30s girls to hopefully be a little more, they seem more, you know, serious or something, like they've tried a lot of dating or something, or had big things happen in their life at this time. Timing just has not been on my side. I've always been ready, and then I meet people who are either halfway ready or lie to me. Amber's ideal guy is empathetic, smart, masculine, and just an overall good person. Getting a lot of, like, desires for, like, manly men this season, maybe. It'll be interesting to see if that actually plays out. Who can handle her tendency to be a bit pushy at times. Former New England Patriots cheerleader. Oh. Is also looking for someone to join her for morning workouts in the gym, where she can be found 4 times a week. Okay, specific. Ultimately, respect and friendship are at the center of her ideal marriage, as she is not going to sacrifice her integrity for love. I stand strong in the things I believe in. I'm a strong, proud Black woman, and these are things that I will not bend on. Good for her. I hope we see her more. It's so hard to know at this reveal time, like, who are we actually going to see and get to know? Oh wait, another 25-year-old girl. I missed it. Mackenzie. Is she the one that was crying? I'm like, is that Mackenzie from Dance Moms All Grown Up? No, I don't think so. Right? She wouldn't be 25 yet, no. A former high school athlete. She's racked up thousands of points on the basketball court. Okay. Student athlete. However, she feels that as a 6-foot-tall woman, her height hasn't necessarily helped her succeed off the court. I've been very picky being such a tall female. She says, this experiment is going to be so good for me because I'm going to genuinely fall in love with somebody for who they are and not what they look like. Girl, she's going to get engaged to a short guy and then see him and then be mad about it. The hookup heavy scene in Charlotte. Oh, shit. Can people from Charlotte confirm? Hookup heavy. Most of the guys Mackenzie has met IRL or swiped past on dating apps just aren't ready to take the next step. Now it's what's on the inside that matters. For Mackenzie, that means extremely caring and empathetic man who believes in God. What is up with this season and wants to have children someday? Is this the most religious season yet? Also, is Charlotte, like, or North Carolina, like, is it super conservative there? I don't think of it that way, but I don't think of it as, like, a super liberal place either. I really don't have much of a sense of, but this is kind of giving that impression. I don't think even the Texas people were like that. Whether I'm blessed enough to have them myself or adopt. Okay, that's the quote we saw in the video. I think all these end quotes, at least, are from the video. I was born to be a mom, and it would be a deal breaker if they didn't want children. I'm assuming that'll become important if they're saying it, reiterating it. If she does find that guy, Mackenzie can't wait to get sporty with her future partner and sign up for a sand volleyball league. Okay, girl, work. I like the pink dress, and I like that she's a makeup artist. That's about it for impressions. She's sporty, so I don't relate. The surrounding cities are of Charlotte. Yeah, I would think Charlotte's like a decent-sized city. Usually cities are a little more neutral, leaning politically or liberal, but I'm just kind of surprised by, like, the religiousness right now, enough to be mentioned. But it's good at least. Like, I feel like in Love is Blind, they rarely ever talk about religion. Maybe that's just a shift in the show that they're, like, showing us that side of it. I don't know, to be honest. Amy C., 34, PR director. The other Amy did not get a letter. With only one long-term relationship under her belt, Amy knows she's going to need to step out of her comfort zone to meet her person. I want someone who is not only my best friend, but also pushes me to be better. In the past, if Amy didn't feel a spark in less than 5 minutes, she wouldn't put in much effort. Damn. I've missed out on people that could have been good for me because I felt like it's really not worth my time. She's busy. She seems like a rom-com protagonist, like PR director, big city girl, goes back to the hometown at Christmas, you know the rest. Now she's turning over a new page in order to meet the right guy to help her be more vulnerable and let her walls down. While gestures like words of affirmation aren't her thing, food is her real love language. Amy is an adventurous eater, loves trying new flavors. Sorry, vegans. She's coming for the vegans. Ultimately, however, what's more important to Amy is being on the same page about starting a family. I definitely wouldn't be willing to sacrifice having kids. That would be a deal breaker for me. I feel like this doesn't say whether she wants kids or not. Does she want kids? Is that what that means? I wouldn't be able to sacrifice having kids. I think it means she wants kids. Yeah. Okay, cool. I mean, it's good to be just upfront about it. Can't relate. She looks familiar. Why does she look familiar? Like from one of these other shows. Okay, Sarah Ann, 30, customer support. I like her flowery dress. Usually you don't see patterns on these because it's bad for TV to wear patterns. Sarah Ann is something of a dating unicorn, 2024. I have never used a dating app my entire life, not once ever. That's a flex these days, I guess. Being single for the last 4 years primed Sarah Ann to make the most out of the experiment, and she's looking to break some bad habits. I built up this ideology that I am independent and I can do everything on my own. I don't ask for help. I mean, it's a little good to develop some of that. That can be a deterrent to men, though. Yeah, because everyone wants to feel needed. Sarah Ann is searching for a thoughtful, funny, extremely playful guy in the pods. This is taking me back to like playing the Love is Blind game. Using these kinds of little adjectives. Someone who will embrace her religious life as Faith is not willing. These guys better be freaking religious or else these girls are not having it. Faith is not something she's willing to compromise on. But love is all about timing, and if Sarah Ann can stop being late to everything all the time, okay, late queen, her future husband might be waiting on the other side of that glowing blue wall. Okay, Sarah Ann. Almost everyone's mentioned religion in their bio. That's kind of like wild to me. Danette, 33, flight attendant. I love the curls, for sure. And the dress, honestly. Giving personality. The volume. She needs to drop a hair routine. Danette wants to build a strong foundation with her future husband and a beautiful home on top of it to flex her DIY skills. Okay, love artsy girls. I want to tear the house down and put it back together and make it real cute. My guy just has to want to help because you don't have to do the tile with me, but just carry the tiles upstairs for me. Okay, resourceful. In the experiment, she's seeking an extremely supportive person who can cheer her on and believe she can do anything. Even if her ideas might seem wild, I am unwilling to sacrifice being me, and that's just an all-around crazy, adventurous person who's very spontaneous. And she'll give all that energy right back in return to support her partner's dreams, because men who are complacent and lack ambition won't keep her attention for long. Fair enough. But Danette also has a shy side, which has made dating a challenge, as she's over super cringy conversations on the apps. It's really hard on the apps, I believe, from what I hear. There's a lot of cringiness, I feel like, at first on the apps. Once you get past it, I've seen success, but yeah, I feel that. Most of my life, I have been so introverted and a hermit that I've missed out on so many opportunities, but lately I've been pushing myself to get out of my comfort zone. Okay, I'm rooting for Danette. I hope this isn't like the last we see of her. Rooting for her and her curls and her DIY skills. So far, she's been the most one I vibe with. Okay, Sunny with a chance. 34, business analyst. With Love is Blind, Sunny is finally ready to tap into her main character energy. I want to be more of a lead in my story versus a sidekick. In past relationships, that's how it's been for me. She says she hasn't always given her love to the right people, leaving her to pick up the pieces and rebuild all by herself. Learn that not everyone has the same heart as you, and that was a really tough lesson for me to learn. That's why Sunny can't wait to meet a supportive and loving man who is ready to start a family. Either they want to start a family or they're Christian or both. And so far, make her feel special. She's confident she'll be able to spot the real deal in the pods, describing herself as a pretty intuitive person who can easily read others' emotions. Okay, there was that guy that was an empath. Maybe she would get along with him. Somebody that lies, even if it's a small lie, is a deal breaker for me. Okay, that's a good deal breaker to have. Sunny hopes that the right guy will be part of her next chapter, that they can travel around the world, take hip-hop dance classes as a couple. It would be a beautiful thing to just share life with somebody who never makes you question who you are or your place in the relationship. Okay, not too much stands out. Another girl that wants kids. Maybe Vanessa Lachey was like, you know what, I'm tired of these hoes not giving me any babies. Even though we finally have our First Love is Blind baby coming, Bliss and Zach, season 4. But Vanessa Lachey was like, you better cast only women that want a lot of children. Okay, this girl, I thought the other blonde girl was this girl. She was in the trailer. Laura, 34, account director. Anyone know what that means? Business, office, 9 to 5. Laura has tried every other avenue to find love. Now she's come to Love is Blind with high hopes for establishing a genuine connection. So ready to find love through this experiment. I need to quit putting people in a box and thinking that I know everything about them by the way that they look. With a few long-term relationships under her belt, Laura knows what she wants. More importantly, what she won't put up with. I've dated plenty of guys who have no idea who they are or where they're going. And I'm looking for someone who's sure of themselves. That's why Laura will gravitate towards real men. Definition, not sure. Over mama's boys in the pods who want to settle down and tie the knot. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's... still, she's learning... I like, forget what show we're on. It's like, this is the point of the show. I'm like, damn, everyone's so traditional. Still, she's learning to lean into the compromise, especially when it comes to household chores. She's clashed with past partners about her extremely particular cleaning habits. Aside from a spotless home, a shared appreciation of music is the quickest way to her heart. When she's not climbing the corporate ladder at work, Laura loves to attend music festivals around the world. Corporate girly. Let's circle back to Laura later. Just kidding. That's all we know about her. She was definitely in the trailer, though. I remember. Okay, this is that girl. The boys are gonna be fighting, I think. If she makes it past the pods, obviously. I think she's here for reality TV fame. She's looking to hop over to Selling Sunset, I think. Jessica, 29, executive assistant. She was featured pretty prominently in the trailer. If you tend to judge a book by its cover, you'll likely miss out on Jessica's really funny and goofy personality. So she's one of these pretty girls that I bet is like, it's so hard being so pretty. No one takes my personality seriously. And, like, those people are right. I think, like, I'm sure being really hot, from watching Vanderpump Rules so much, I've realized, like, being really hot comes with its own challenges. It's kind of a different world, it seems like. So, I imagine this is true. Like, people miss out on her funny, goofy personality. Jury's out if she has that. We'll see it on the show. But I'm giving her benefit of the doubt. Above almost anything else for me is a good sense of humor. One thing about me is I'm going to laugh, and so that means he's going to be laughing all the time, whether it be with me or at me. Yeah, I'm curious to see how it plays out, because hot people sometimes kind of like, they will laugh at anything. Like, I feel like their threshold for comedy is a little bit on the lower side. It's just anecdotal evidence from when I've interacted with people like that or seen them on TV, you know. Jokes aside, Jessica is ready to push past any reservations and lead with vulnerability in the pods, as she's never really given someone a chance to fully know her. If she does forge a connection there, her future husband must embrace not only Jessica, but also her daughter. Okay, Jessica is the mother. That's good to know. Who comes first in her life. Someone who couldn't accept her daughter would be a total deal breaker, of course, and a complete red flag because we're a package deal. As a single mother, Jessica has been completely focused on raising her 10-year-old, but now she's ready to put herself first in this experiment to find the right person to join their loving family. I think she's the first parent we've had on Love is Blind, U.S. I think. And if she makes it past the pods, she'll definitely be the first to, like, make it past. I just don't know if, like, maybe season 1 or 2 or something, there was someone who didn't make it, didn't get engaged. But that'll be very interesting. I'm very interested in her story, seeing if she does get engaged, how the man integrates with her daughter, and they navigate all of that. It's very interesting. Also, her 10-year-old, so she gave birth at 19. She's a young mom. And she looks like that, damn. Good for her. Like, damn. Yeah, I'm excited to see her story. She was featured so much in the trailer. I think she will make it. I'm hoping, even if she doesn't get engaged, I know they're going to bring her into, like, the little parties and stuff. I'm looking out for Jessica for sure this season. All right, Danielle. Age 30, corporate communications. Bring masculine energy, okay, and emotional maturity to a conversation, and Danielle will immediately take notice. Most guys she meets these days seem intimidated rather than motivated by her professional success, so she's looking for a manly man who can keep up. In addition to her marketing career, Danielle is also in the Army Reserves, which she says surprises people. They're like, "You're in the Army? Yes, I can get down and dirty." Relying on dating apps has left Danielle feeling frustrated by endless conversations that go nowhere. Nowadays, she's all about meeting face to face, or in this case, wall to wall. Dating is really difficult in this day and age. I mean, that's for sure. Anyone that mentions this, I'm like, that sounds right. It is hard to find someone on the same page and as mutually invested in you as you are them. Having just moved to Charlotte, Danielle's started a new life in a city without knowing anybody, and she's proud of herself for being resilient through the entire process. She's not looking to compromise her freedom. Danielle knows there's a guy out there who wants to take the next step together. Good for her. Nothing too big stands out. Again, mentioning, like, masculine energy, alpha male. Like, these girls want, like, a manliest or manly-ish man. It seems a lot of them do. I'd be up in here being like, I want a man with feminine energy. And I'd be the only one, apparently. Chelsea. Oh, she's the one with the tattoo. We got a tattoo. Yay, alternative. 31, she's a flight attendant and event planner. Love is Blind is an opportunity Chelsea has been preparing for her whole life. As she feels she's waited long enough to find her forever person, travel buddy, best friend, and husband. But don't get it twisted, independence is key to Chelsea's ideal relationship because of her passion for solo traveling around the world. She's braver than me. That's cool. Still, she'd love to have someone tag along for her spontaneous adventures, especially if he's the one navigating, because driving isn't one of Chelsea's strong suits. Passenger princesses, yay. Guys who just want to sit around all day and play video games get on her nerves. Get out of here, gamers. Because she's all about going outside and exploring the great outdoors. Other pet peeves, well, following too many women on social media. Fair. Smoking and love bombing are all red flags for Chelsea. She's ready to give the green light, but only to the right person, someone who can break down her barriers and connect on a more intimate level. I think I like her. She seems independent, and I like that she's a little alternative, just going by the tattoo, and not mentioning, I guess, religion or children, which she very well might want or have, or not want in a man. But I appreciate it. She sounds kind of granola too. She's very into the outdoors, anti-gaming, giving a little granola vibes. Cool. Amy with no letter. 28, e-commerce specialist. Modern romance has left Amy feeling hopeless about finding love. I don't go on dates. I literally work and hang out with my friends and family. I don't have the patience for apps and feel like they're super superficial. She's more than ready for the experiment to kick her journey to find a soulmate into high gear and break down her walls. Amy is particularly drawn to creative types. Yay! Someone wanting like a more creative-y, maybe sensitive man. She's learned how to play the ukulele during COVID and spent her weekends singing karaoke, and would love to find somebody to collaborate with and share their passions. Above all else, Amy's future partner must not only get along with her family, but also establish a really good connection with them and her culture. Also, it doesn't hurt if there's a guy out there who can snap a good pic. I love taking pictures. He better get ready to be an Instagram photographer. Honestly, Amy might be the one I relate to the most out of anyone yet. I think. Like, drawn to creative types. Picked up useless hobbies during COVID. Check. Me too. Want somebody to collaborate and take Instagram photos of her. I think this would be my bio if I was on this show. Good for her. Love that. Love the pink too. Love it. I'll be looking out for Amy. I hope we see her. I'm not sure. A lot of them wearing blue. Solid blue. I wouldn't be surprised if they get like a little brief of like good colors for the season, because the poster, very bluish tones in the poster. Just a theory. Okay, Amber. 31, medical device sales. Prior relationships have made Amber realize just how integral trust is to a genuine partnership. That's a big thing that I haven't had in the past. Sad. A deal breaker would be someone who has cheated. Oh, girl, for sure. Maybe set the bar a little even higher. Getting along well with her extremely tight-knit family is another non-negotiable, as Amber FaceTimes with them almost every single day. Falling in love sight unseen might be a risk, but dating guys on Hinge is just as daunting for Amber, who wants to spend her life with a compassionate and confident man. This opportunity is amazing because it removes what we don't like about the dating world nowadays. It's all about really getting to know somebody for who they are to the core, which is what makes a relationship last. Honestly, why this show works at all a little bit is probably because they just get to focus on dating without worrying about like their real life back home. I think that's a huge part of it, because life is hard and like having a job is hard in the US, and I don't know, it's just like the grind really breaks you down. And I bet being in this environment where your only job is to connect with somebody, it's like way more deep, and I don't know, it's interesting. It just made me think of that with her quote. It removes what we don't like about the dating world nowadays. I feel like this show removes what we don't like about the grind of our regular lives, honestly, not just the dating world, but it's interesting. Another curly queen I noticed in the trailer. Ashley, 32, nurse practitioner work. Ashley has a type, and it's the pretty boy player who doesn't treat her right. Now she's ready to make different dating decisions to only meet men who uplift her. In my past relationships, guys have felt like I was too good for them because I'm goal-oriented. I refuse to be with someone that dims my light ever again. Finding a considerate and positive gentleman who puts her first is a priority moving forward. And hey, if he happens to have a sparkling smile, it won't hurt because Ashley's biggest fear is that his teeth aren't going to be nice. Girl, you can't come in with expectations of looks. This is the wrong show. I mean, they only cast conventionally kind of attractive people, so. She's also had to learn how to be more considerate about respecting other people's boundaries. Ooh, I wonder if that'll play out in the season, or that conflict. The world does not revolve around Ashley, contrary to popular belief, she says. I'm a little bossy and don't like being told no. Hopefully she'll be able to find a guy to say yes, as love is the one thing missing in her life. I literally have everything. I have the dog, the house. They in the house? That's good. That's good. The career and the family. Okay, yeah, nurse practitioner. She's basically a doctor, right? I just don't have my person. That's why I'm ready to go head first into the experiment. Good for her. I love a nurse practitioner. And love the hair. I'll be on the lookout for her and her hair. Okay, finally we're at the men. I was like, oh my god, we're never gonna finish. The men, I'm scared. What if they're all like, fuck kids, I never want to have kids. No, honestly, I feel like the men will be even more down for the kids. Matthew, 37. The men did skew a little older. That's interesting. Senior financial advisor. This would come in handy. Just something to keep in mind for the ladies. Matthew knows he's been emotionally guarded when it comes to past relationships, and that's why he's choosing to confront his issues head on with Love is Blind. When life presents you with an opportunity which takes that weakness and exposes it, how can you turn it down if it's really important to find that special someone? If he can tear his walls down, Matthew is looking for an intelligent, caring, considerate, hardworking, and driven woman in the pods who won't mind his boxer dog sleeping in bed with them. But he's ready to put it on the line to meet his perfect match, adding, I don't think there's anything that I wouldn't sacrifice to find the right person, and my commitment to this experiment is evidence of that. This bio is pretty generic. I feel like I don't get any sense of his personality. All pretty par for the course. It's a good suit, I guess. I'm not really a good judge of men's fashion, but he got the blue memo. Kenneth, 26, middle school principal. That's so specific and sounds like a hard job. He's also so young to have that job, I feel like. But that's cool, I guess. I mean, I bet it's brutal. I don't know. Middle schoolers are scary. Kenneth's relationship with God. Okay. We got a lot of ladies interested in the relationship with God. So, and his family come first, and he's looking for a partner who's aligned on making both a priority. He's got options. Those two things are very pivotal to my existence and being able to navigate life. His perfect woman is caring, compassionate, intelligent, nurturing, and most of all, just authentic to who they are. Unless they're an atheist, I guess. Kenneth immediately takes note of self-serving behavior, which is a major turnoff. A red flag for me is when I see signs of no empathy or compassion. As a middle school principal, those qualities come naturally to Kenneth, who's now at a stage in his life to let a woman give them back in return. I want to find someone who I can see and say, I love you for you, and you love me for me. And he says, once that is secure, we can build off of that foundation. I feel like we saw him in the trailer, and like, he's got a lot of potential here with family and God coming first. Like, there are options in the ladies' pool. So I feel like we'll see him more, but I don't know. Okay, a guy with funky socks. Interesting. This is the guy with the Austin, 27, software sales. Austin is a bare bones kind of guy. Oh my god, he should be with the girl with the tattoo. Was her name like Amber or something? I'm matchmaking now. He's got the funky socks. She has the tattoos. He looks granola. She's granola. Austin is a bare bones kind of guy who appreciates life's simple pleasures like nature, perhaps. I work hard. I love my family and my friends. One thing I love to do with a partner is just have a morning conversation over a cup of coffee. I bet they would love, like, nerding out over coffees. Open and honest dialogue is a non-negotiable. Ultimate deal breaker is when people don't communicate their feelings well when things are bothering them. But he's also learned that people's actions can stem from things that happened to them that weren't their fault. Okay, he sounds a little emotionally intelligent. Oh my god, I'm scared to say all these assumptions and then, like, be so wrong. So he's also willing to be patient with the right person. Austin says his best quality is his ability to stick to things that he loves, including playing the guitar, regularly attending music festivals, and practicing jiu-jitsu, which he's been doing for the past 8 years. Okay, I'm matchmaking him with Tattoo Girl, or the girl that was, like, really corporate-y. Wait, the one that played the ukulele. Shit, I don't know their names. But them two are good potentials for Mr. Austin. Okay, he's looking sharp. Jamal, 32, store director. For Jamal, dating and compatibility don't come with a manual. If they did, he would have mastered them by now, having swiped his way through his 20s. That's a good phrase. The writer ate with that. At this big age, I'm ready to find love in this experiment because I'm tired of dating. I'm someone who has experienced a lot in life, so at this particular juncture, it's the right time for me to become a husband. Raised in a tight-knit household with strong Christian morals. Ooh, we got more Christians. They're going to be fighting for the Christians. Okay. Jamal is seeking a family-oriented soulmate who can blend well with his Jamaican and Liberian community back home. And hopefully she won't mind his habit of bursting into song, as he has a tendency to belt that Chris Brown. Oh no. And Tony Braxton. Okay. But Jamal knows his true love will embrace him fully as he's searching for someone who is able to receive him. Receive him? Girl. I don't like that. For who he truly is. Okay, interesting. I don't love the Chris Brown shout out. I'm so sorry. But you know, he has options like the other Christian man. There's options. At least he has really good style. I will give him that. He's sharp. He's looking sharp. And also looks like he's buff under there. I bet he has abs. I think some ladies will be into him. For sure. If not before they see him, maybe after. Okay, Jimmy, 28. I don't like no socks. I don't like it. And like the skinny jeans. He might get the golden boot of the stream because this outfit, like, this is an outfit I would wear to like mandatory happy hour at work. Okay, Jimmy, 28, software sales. Jimmy is so ready to get married. In fact, he has been for a while now, but dating in the real world just hasn't been working. His need for someone to check every box has led Jimmy astray in past relationships, so now he's trying to really get to know someone and build a connection. As a first-generation college student on both sides of his family, Jimmy is hoping to meet a woman whose ambition matches his own. And if not, he says he must at least push him to be the person he wants to be. Otherwise, Jimmy says he's very open-minded when it comes to dating. And as a self-admitted loud snorer, okay, he's hoping that his future partner will be too. hoping there'll be a loud snore. No, I think hoping they're open-minded. She's open-minded. Pretty generic. Good for him. First generation college student. That's cool. Otherwise, don't know much about him except that the style is could use improvement. Youngest was 25 and oldest was 37 in that video. That sounds right. Hannah Murphy in the chat. Pretty good. I like. There's few 25 and 25 through 28, and then a lot of people in their 30s. Okay, another blue suit memo. Sadly, doesn't match as well. A little bit of like 2 different tones of blue going on here. Also, I like it when you can see a little socks. I'm trying to figure out what I like in men's fashion. I think I like when I see a sock. It's a good, fun way to give like a little pop as well. Like Mr. Guy over here, Jamal. See? He made it a fashion moment with the sock. The no socks, it's a boot. Okay, Vince, 35, lawyer. Lawyer. I don't know. A woman who is a little bit of a tomboy will catch Vince's eye as he's a total sucker for girl next door types. Is that what a tomboy is? Ideally, Vince will connect with a good Christian girl. Ooh, girl. I'm excited for like the Christian drama, low-key. In the pods, who will automatically fit in with his family. Past commitment issues have plagued Vince's relationships, so he's drawn to an experiment where everybody involved is looking to find their forever person and settle down for the rest of their lives. As a former captain in the U.S. Army turned attorney, he's a disciplined guy except when it comes to doing laundry, which has a tendency to pile up, but he more than makes up for it in the kitchen, as his favorite thing to do for his partner is cooking up a meal, which he calls the most romantic thing. I kind of appreciate at least he's cooking. I feel like I would expect a traditional guy to not be super into cooking. I feel like that's kind of like not always, doesn't always go together, at least stereotypically. And that he's like cool admitting he's down for a little bit of a tomboy. Though I don't really associate tomboy with girl next door necessarily. But another Christian, the Christians, they have options. Vince. He's not, is he the guy in the trailer? There's a guy with like a beard like this that's prominent in the trailer, but I don't think it's this guy. Vince. Oh, he was in the trailer though. Oh god, I don't remember now. It takes a second to like figure out telling people apart. Okay, Clay, 31, enterprise sales entrepreneur. I mean, already he stands out with the suit, bold color choice. He stood out in the trailer as well. He's had like good like riz, as the kids say. I was gonna say charisma, literally, on camera. Adaptability is at the top of Clay's list when it comes to qualities he's looking for in a partner. Relationships are a roller coaster, and I need somebody who's going to stay with me through the test of time. Cleanliness also ranks fairly high, as Clay has no patience for bad hygiene. If you're smelling bad, I'm going to tell you. However, he's also working on his overly blunt delivery, which he says has been a point of contention in past relationships. Okay, that's something that might come out during the season. But at the end of the day, Clay won't compromise on being himself, as he's searching for a soulmate who isn't looking to change him, or his self-admitted huge ego. It's interesting. Is his huge ego a problem when he's this self-aware about it? TBD. Which he knows he could annoy his potential wife. Underneath it all, Clay says he's a very vulnerable guy who's ready to finally put the effort in the love department. I got myself a house. I got myself a good job. This is the moment where I'm ready. Lots of people with like, they got a house, they got a career, Good for them. I feel like he's good on camera. I feel like he might make it past the pods. Like he's here pushing forward, like doing the sneakers. He's like the most different outfit we've had. There's also like a guy in a sweater though. Maybe that was just in the trailer. Oh, another no sock man. Nolan, 31, management consultant. Cat ladies need not apply. Bitch. That's fucking rude. As Nolan says, feline friends are an absolute deal breaker after one bit him on the head as a child. Okay, fine. Fine. But you know. Still, I'm offended. Otherwise, he's ready, willing, and open to all that Love is Blind has to offer because he is truly here to find a wife. Love, loyalty, faith, friendship, and someone who doesn't mind if he disappears to the golf course for hours at a time. From the sound of the ladies, they will mind. They will definitely mind. Are the qualities he's most attracted to in a potential partner. I want someone that loves love as much as I love love. In Nolan's past relationships, his overly high standards have been a detriment. But he just won't put up with anyone who's not serious about their future. That's why he's not playing around in the pods, adding, I really hope that there's someone on the other side of the wall who's looking for a husband. Hello? That's everyone on the show. I appreciate the mixing and matching of this one. I don't know if I love the t-shirt and again the no socks. Yeah, I mentioned. He's giving kind of hipster, but also mentioned faith, so he might be in it for one of the religious ladies. Okay, this is the guy. This is the guy I was thinking of. He was featured a lot in the trailer. The outfit, though. I mean, the muscles are there, but this outfit, it's giving, you know, Spectrum customer support. Trevor, 31, project manager. Trevor has experienced the many phases of dating throughout his 20s, hookups, messing around, and not taking relationships seriously. But now he's done with all of that and ready to commit to his forever partner. She must be just as driven as he is, because a red flag is someone who has no goals. And if she can keep up with his physical fitness routine, we had some athletes in the ladies' side, maybe Miss Basketball Girl, and ignore his bad habit of chewing ice while watching TV. Okay, no, I'm out. I have misophonia. Trevor is looking forward to starting his next chapter with his wife and his 3 dogs, who are like his children. Trevor has a major soft spot for kids, as he worked as a caretaker for children with disabilities directly out of college. Oh my god, the girls are gonna fight. All the girls that want kids. I'm very patient with them. I love interacting with kids with special needs, and I worked at camps with an array of kids with Down syndrome or on the autism spectrum. Girl, the want kids having girl camps are gonna love him. They're gonna love him, they're gonna fight. And then when they see him, they're gonna be like, muscles, oh my god. He didn't mention religion though. TBD. Okay, Drake, 32, video producer. Do you think he was just like the intern and they were like, we need one more guy? Drake is keeping his eyes and heart open in the pods to find a partner who believes that every day has the potential to be the best day ever. As a video producer, it's paramount. Get it? That Drake ends up with someone who appreciates and accepts creativity. Okay, the girl looking for the creative guy. This might be one for you. I think that was also a ukulele girl. I should probably learn their names. Which is the bedrock of his personality. I'm looking for someone who's not just going through the motions, but wants to build something very special together. At this point in his life, Drake says he's put in the time and energy to work on himself to better understand what he wants in a partner. I'm ready to find love now because I love myself. I think that was in the video. He only asks that others be respectful of his time because flaking on plans or constantly rescheduling is a serious red flag. Nothing too standout about him, but the creativity might be a good match for the, like, 1 or 2 girls looking for that. Okay, this is the guy I was saying with the sweater. It's like a sweater, but it's short sleeves. But it's fashion. It's giving fashion. Ariel, 32, mortgage broker. There was a girl who was a real estate broker. Rumor has it that Ariel is a huge Adele stan. So he's the Adele fan. And he's looking forward to rolling in the deep. Okay, his favorite song is actually Water Under the Bridge. Okay, that's kind of a bop after, like, isn't that the Megan Thee Stallion one? That was a good one. Once he enters the pods. Oh, rolling in the deep once he enters. I wonder if he's been to her residency in Vegas. I looked into tickets to go when I went last week, and the cheapest were like $400. So I decided not to go. That was for, like, the last row. I'm at a point in my life where I'm getting ready to take the next step. I've always wanted a family. Okay, the girls will like that. The girls will like that. And I think now's a good time to start beginning that process. That beginning process? And while he's serious about finding a life partner, Ariel knows that my joking around more often than not gets on a lot of people's nerves. He's joking around. So he's hoping to meet a hardworking, dedicated, and overall just an easygoing and funny woman who, much like his favorite singer, doesn't currently smoke cigarettes. That's specific. I didn't know Adele didn't smoke cigarettes, but good for her. I think it's good. It's a green flag to be an Adele stan, in my opinion. And he likes kids or wants family. So he could be a good match for the many women that want kids, or Jessica, the woman who already has a child. That'd be interesting. But yeah, I like that he has style too. He, like, took a risk. I'm into it. I'll be looking out for Ariel. Okay. Some of these guys all look kind of the same. I'm sorry. This guy has white Vans. And jeans. Jeremy. What the? The spelling. 32 intralogistics. Okay, everything about Jeremy is confusing me. The jeans, the spelling, this occupation I've never heard of. I'm sure I'm just ignorant. It's probably some industry I'm unfamiliar with. Okay. Jeremy says he has 2 speeds, couch potato and doing something outdoorsy. Okay, granola girl, tattoo girl might like him, but she won't like this couch potato side. She won't. He's looking for a partner who can match his energy, both fronts, and hopes of building a full life together. A daily routine is a big priority, whose perfect match can join in his daily ritual of working out, being physically active. A few of the ladies were into working out. Sleep is just as important, but Jeremy hopes that snoring like a freight train won't get on his partner's nerves. We got a couple snorers. At least they're upfront about it. Ultimately, he's hoping to forge a life-changing and authentic soul connection with his future spouse, as he's done with superficial dating practices on the apps and social media. A deal breaker for me in a relationship is someone who's just not genuine. Nothing that stands out too much. It's hard to with these bios because once the season airs, we see, like, everyone's toxic and they don't present themselves like regular. Like, these bios make them all seem very, like, regular people. And then later shit comes out like freaking, what's his name? Bald Carter on season 5, and you're like, wait, what? That wasn't in his bio, all the shit. We'll talk about that in a second, actually. We're going to talk about the lawsuits next. But we're still on the boys here. Dion, 27. He's maybe the youngest guy so far. I think software sales. A lot of blue still. I think the memo was blue. And only a few deviated. Dion says his Love Stories soundtrack would be an early 2000s R&B song as a DJ in his off hours. Okay, he's here for the clout. Dion has always invested in his passion for music, and he'd love to duet with the woman of his dreams. He's seeking something beyond a physical connection now, like having a best friend, so we could finish each other's sentences. Communication skills are something he really prides himself on, but be warned that he has zero tolerance for people who talk down or gossip about others. The Cheesemate girls are out. If you can make Dion crack a smile, or better yet, laugh at his corny jokes, you'll immediately catch his attention. But don't be fooled by his sense of humor, because he's extremely serious as well, particularly when it comes to meeting a soulmate. Cool. I mean, he's a DJ. That's kind of the main thing I'm getting. DJ Dion, and does not want a chismosa. He should not be going on reality TV if he doesn't like gossiping. Because if he makes it far, he's about to be the subject of a lot of gossip. Another blue suit, the jeans. I'm not so into the jeans these days. Okay, Ben, 34, Cloud Solutions Architect. Ben's been pretty at peace over the past few years, enjoying the freedom to do whatever he wants, be it swing dancing, Muay Thai boxing, or even a solo cooking class. But he's ready to risk it all for the right person, because without an actual connection and a partner, you can't experience true joy. It's kind of a bold claim. All right. Okay. In the pods, he's hoping to come across that once-in-a-lifetime kind of chemistry that will push him to open up and let his guard down. I want someone to add value to my world and add value to my peace, he says, sharing that his ideal partner would join him on walks with his beloved dog and in fitness classes. His biggest challenge in the pods might be using humor as a defense mechanism, as Ben knows he can be too sarcastic for his own good. But should the right woman be waiting behind that wall, Ben has already started preparing for the next phase of life. I work from home because eventually I want to be around my future family 24/7. That sounds like wanting kids, which sounds attractive to a lot of the ladies. Well, we will see. Half of these people, more than half, aren't going to make it. I don't even know. I don't recall him in the trailer. I recall this guy in the trailer, though. Johnny. Long blonde-haired man. Yes. Did they all just, like, take off the same suit and jeans and give it to the next person? 28, account executive. Johnny has tried to find the one through the dating apps and grocery stores, and yes, even on blind dates. How ironic. But he's had trouble forming anything beyond a really surface-level connection. So he's come to Love is Blind to tune out all other distractions and dig deep. Independent women, please come to the front, because Johnny is attracted to people who stand on their own 2 feet. We had quite a few independent women in the cast that we read about. I hope he means it. He's also hoping his forever partner will join him on the slopes. He's an avid snowboarder who hits the mountains almost every weekend. Outdoorsy girl. Oh, she's like the only one I remember. Tattoo girl, she'll love him. And in the skies, as he has dreams of learning how to fly a plane. But Johnny has his feet fully planted on the ground when it comes to love, adding, I'm not just some 27-year-old kid. No, he's a 28-year-old kid. I'm an adult now, and I want to see what it takes to make this experience work. He's going to be, I think, moving past the pods. He was in the trailer quite a lot. Maybe it's just because I remember his hair, but I'll be looking out for Johnny. Maybe some of the sporty girls will like his sporty side. And that's it. That's our last guy. I'm gonna watch the trailer one more time. I just have to see. This is it. See if my perception has changed.
I feel optimistic that my person is here.
I don't really give the nice guy a try.
Wait.
But
I don't even know. That girl, she has like hair kind of like the blonde pieces, like Jonah's Awful kind of vibe, but better done.
I really want something real.
Who is she? I don't remember.
Something real.
No.
That my person is here.
I don't really
Her. Okay. I don't recognize her. I was kind of looking out for that hair, but
give the nice guy a try.
I don't know.
But I really want something real.
I have a daughter. She's the most important
Jessica.
part of my life.
The only name I remember.
To getting married?
Well, I was married.
Guy with the blue pole.
Okay, bro.
Who's interested in the followers?
For the same person.
See, she's gonna make it.
I need to check myself. I was getting jealous.
What love triangle am I in? It's like a love star. These pods are scary.
Love Star.
They're dangerous.
You make
I already
me
forgot.
nervous, but comfortable.
I am over the moon right now.
You have me in a chokehold with your words.
When you speak, you immediately draw me in. When you laugh, I feel safe.
I think my reason
Girl.
for being here was to find you.
Tattoo.
I'm in love with the man I haven't even seen.
I think I liked her bio. The last girl. Girl, that didn't help at all. I thought I was like, oh, I'm gonna point everyone out. I know their names. No way. Absolutely no way. I couldn't. Oh well. Well, I stand by what I had said. And so far, this cast sounds very religious, very traditional, just in general. And at least it seemed like kind of equivalent. Like the guys were mentioning religion and tradition, the girls were mentioning in their bio. So like at least there's compatibility there. And I think it's kind of interesting for them to show us religion, something they haven't really done at all on Love is Blind. And it's something people have been like, you know, do people talk about religion and politics in the pods? That's been a question we've had. Maybe next season they'll be like talking about political beliefs in the bio. I don't think so. That's, I think, too controversial. But the religion thing, I think, is more like, well, if someone's religious, they are going to want a religious person. So, like, it makes sense to talk about even if us audiences don't relate to that aspect necessarily. Some people might, but yeah, I'm interested to see how that plays out and see if there's drama with like tradition versus someone less traditional. I don't know. I would think in the pods they would suss that out and like be with someone that matches their beliefs, but it's mentioned so much in the bios that I feel like it's going to be present and important in the season. And it's not something I was expecting, so that'll be interesting. And now I want to pivot as a final thing, talk about something, I guess, kind of dark, sorry, but it's an important Love is Blind news. There is a big lawsuit happening, and there's been a few lawsuits in the Love is Blind world, I think, but this one seems really big because there's like a counter suit, and it all involves Renee Poche, from season 5 of Love is Blind. I dug quite a bit about her in my season 5 recaps. But now there is like a tangible lawsuit going on. Let me see. It was first reported in this Variety article called Drugs, Abuse, Imprisonment, a Secret Love is Blind Legal Battle Spills Out into Public View. And yeah, so basically, I think the gist is that Netflix is suing Renee for violating her NDA, which is something I find very interesting because I feel like in recent years, across the board, reality TV contestants have gotten a little more brave with talking about things that happened during their show's filming, like behind the scenes tea and things like that. Like I've seen that trend like on Drag Race and other shows like Survivor a little bit, not to the extent of Love is Blind, but especially the Love is Blind contestants. They be just spilling a lot. And obviously they sign NDAs when they get on the show, but it's kind of a big deal for a production company to take legal action against someone violating an NDA. Like, I don't know, it's like a big deal to like go through with a lawsuit. Usually they'll just approach the person and be like, stop. And Netflix or Kinetic, whoever, I'm going to read through the article, but I imagine they try to take steps with Renee, but Renee had such like bad experiences that she had enough things behind her to countersue for a few things. So let me just read through the article with y'all. In November 2021, a Love is Blind casting agent reached out to Renee Poche on Instagram to see if she would be interested in participating in the Netflix reality phenomenon that encourages romance between participants before they see each other. After passing a grueling interview process, the Texas vet began filming in April 2022, joining the season 5 cast of 15 men, 15 women. Okay, typical. On her first night, production staff seized Poche's phone, passport, and driver's license, she claims in legal filings, and kept her locked in her hotel room, unable to leave without a cast wrangler accompanying her. This is pretty typical of reality TV, and it's kind of like wild that that's common practice. From what I hear, it's the same thing on Drag Race. Survivor, probably. Those are like the shows I watch, so it's what I'm going to reference. But yeah, anyway, it's standard practice, but it also doesn't necessarily mean it's right. It's kind of like intense. Poche wound up in a so-called showmance with Carter Wall, who landed a spot on the series despite being allegedly broke, jobless, unhoused, violent, and addicted to amphetamines and alcohol. This is what I was referring to earlier when you get all these bios that are very generic and just like, I'm here to find love and whatever. And it's like, this could be behind that bio and we don't know. We have no idea. A stunning feat given the thorough vetting done by Delirium TV, the show's production company. I thought it was Kinetic Content. I don't know if it's a rebrand or a different thing. Poche says she was forced to spend long stretches of time alone with Wall, who she describes was as abusive on and off camera. That's like terrifying. And that's kind of like a really scary thing about the show is that like you have to like get engaged to a stranger essentially. I know that's like the point of the show, but also like that's a fucking stranger. Like you have no idea how they act behind closed doors, and you have to, like, sleep in the same bed with them. That's kind of, like, scary to think about in a more, like, real-life sense. It's just like, oh, shit, you don't really know this person. Once filming wrapped, Poche ended her relationship with Wall and made a few public remarks about her Love is Blind nightmare. A lot of us fans saw this. She was being very vocal. She was not featured at all in the season. She was essentially erased from like the main narrative. It doesn't seem like she got engaged on the show, even though she did. We did not see any of Renee and Carter's relationship on camera in the final edit. As a result, Delirium initiated a private arbitration against Poche for purportedly violating her non-disclosure agreement. Behind the scenes, the company is seeking $4 million from a woman who earned a total of $8,000 from her appearances on the reality series. I think it was only a matter of time because reality TV contestants were getting fairly comfortable talking about their time on the show. Unfortunately, this is kind of a wake-up call to other reality TV contestants, maybe even on other shows, to like be careful of violating that. Because I feel like generally reality TV companies have been like nice about not pursuing this because it's costly. It's costly to do a whole lawsuit and stuff. So they probably try. There's like escalation to it. It's like they probably reach out to the person, be like, "Hey, warning, stop." Maybe send a cease and desist. I don't know exactly how it works, but like this is kind of a wake up call, and it was to me too because, you know, everyone wants behind the scenes tea, but then there are these risks for the people sharing it. My experience on Love is Blind was traumatic, Poche tells Variety. I felt like a prisoner and had no support when I let Delirium know that I didn't feel safe. That's huge and terrifying. I tried to deal with these emotions over time and eventually felt like I needed to share what had happened. I felt it was only right to let others know the truth of what all the castmates had to endure. I mean, yeah, like, based on what she's talked about or shared about her experience, it sounds really like Delirium, the production company, dropped the ball, and they need to have more protections in place. So that's why she definitely has grounds for countersuing. Now, Poche is fighting back with the help of Hollywood power lawyers Brian Friedman and Mark Garagos, and has filed an explosive suit against Netflix and Delirium that details her ordeal both during production and the ensuing arbitration battle with the show's producers. The lawsuit, filed in Los Angeles Superior Court, is seeking to nullify Poche's contract and is claiming intentional infliction of emotional distress, along with violations of various California labor and civic codes. So this is the big thing that, like, the contestants might have been getting away with some, like, gray areas of violating non-disclosures, but historically, reality TV in general has gotten away with a lot of this exact thing. Like to me, this is a bigger crime that reality TV has violated, kind of labor laws and found loopholes and stuff, compared to like the crime of violating non-disclosure agreements. Because honestly, the NDA stuff doesn't hurt their show that much. It gets people talking more. It gets people like rewatching to see maybe like Renee in the background and see how she was edited out of the scene. So like, I don't think the NDA violations, to the extent Renee shared, were that bad. The issue is that it exposes them inflicting emotional distress and violating labor and civic codes, as it says here. Netflix and Delirium did not respond for comment. These so-called reality TV contracts are in reality illegal. And I believe it. Like, this shit is so exploitative. It takes advantage of regular people, very down to be on TV, and pays them shit for maximum gain of the streamer and production company. They are designed for an illegal purpose and are void as a matter of law. We have hundreds of clients who are ready to assert their claims. This is kind of exciting for the reality TV world. It goes into this, so I'll just keep reading. The Poche suit is part of a much broader war being waged by Friedman and Geragos against the reality industry, which has long been criticized for being exploitative. In July, Bethany Frankel enlisted the pair to fight for basic workplace protections enjoyed by those who worked on scripted fare. 1 month later, Friedman and Geragos fired the opening salvo. What the hell's a salvo? By sending a litigation hold notice to NBC Universal that accused NBC of a pattern and practice of grotesque and depraved mistreatment of the reality stars and crew members on whose account it coffers so well. What in the SAT? Girl, I can't even interpret the sentence. They send some legal thing to NBC for a pattern of grotesque and depraved mistreatment of reality stars. I think that's the important point. And it's so true. Like, even people like Bethany Frankel, and like people on the Bravo shows like her, they still deal with their own set of like, I don't know, there's just so much gray area in the reality TV industry that like it's very due for a reckoning. And I'm following it closely because it was like reality TV was created and popularized in order to get away from like scripted TV that has all these protections in place. But obviously, eventually, people are going to catch on and realize like reality TV stars are working when they're on camera. It's a form of labor, and there needs to be laws and protections in place if there's labor happening, or labor being exchanged. They said, a day of reckoning is afoot. Okay, I have read this article. I don't mean to be quoting it so much, but yeah. Friedman and Geragos are now representing several hundred reality stars and crew members who have been subjected to everything from false imprisonment to sexual violence. Yeah, like the isolating people in hotel rooms, that happens on like every show, a competitive show, or dating. Like, false imprisonment. I feel like, I don't know, it's just weird how reality TV managed to like worm into like being able to, I don't know. At first I thought that these reality contracts were some sort of prank, says Geragos, noting that he began to see the full scope after working with Frankel. What Renee suffered and Bethany exposed is not just rampant, but part of a dirty industry secret. It's standard practice for sure. We fully expect thousands of claimants to come forward when they realize that these so-called contracts are not just illusory, but also illegal. Poche's complaint is unique and could have far-reaching implications given that she is the first person to challenge the legality of the binding provisions that are ubiquitous, yes, in the reality space and thus nullify her contract. In fact, most cannot afford to mount such a fight, but Delirium took the battle to Poche when it initiated arbitration, exposing her to extreme hardship. So basically, this is saying Delirium sued first, so that caused more issues, extreme hardship for Renee. Therefore, Renee was willing to sue back. And yes, the Tran story, which Callie mentioned. Tran Dang, another Season 5 participant, is suing Delirium and Kinetic Content, but not Netflix, for sexual assault, false imprisonment, and negligence. This was a lawsuit we were aware of while Season 5 was airing, and this person who was allegedly sexually assaulted and all these other things wasn't shown on the show at all. Like, Renee is there, she's a character, on camera, but Tran is not. We didn't get to see her because of the litigation going on. Unlike Poche's complaint, however, Dang is not looking to break her contract, marking a key distinction. That's law stuff, I guess. That is what's different in their lawsuits. Because Tran isn't being sued. She didn't, like, come out with a bunch of tea. She just went through, like, the court from the beginning and the legal side. Studios have privately wondered when someone would challenge these provisions. Oh yeah, they're wondering. NBC has already publicly backed away from enforcing confidentiality clauses. And again, this is why the studios were not that strict about enforcing NDAs through reality TV history, because they know that, like, the shit they're doing is worse. So they don't want to, like, piss off their contestants enough to, like, sue them, which is what has happened now with Renee. Following the August litigation, hold letter written by Friedman and Garagos insisting that they are not intended to prevent disclosure by cast and crew of unlawful acts in the workplace, and they have not been enforced in that manner. In Poche's case, Delirium was attempting to enforce an agreement, according to her complaint. I guess this is about, like, Poche broke her NDA, but in Renee's perspective and case, it doesn't matter she broke her NDA because they had a fucked up contract with her and did illegal stuff with her contract. If Poche is successful and her contract is unenforceable, it could create chaos in the multi-billion-dollar industry, with the studios vulnerable to an endless stream of claims. This is a house of cards that's been built over decades at this point. But it's time. It's time. Tear it all down. The studios and streamers have long tried to shift the burden of responsibility to the production companies on any given project and claim that they are not the employer. So basically, the way these streamers work, they contract out production studios that give them a show. So basically, Delirium and Kinetic create Love is Blind. They create the whole thing, edit it, everything, and then give it to Netflix. Or Netflix buys it from them. Sometimes it's more intertwined, and like the studio, like Netflix, will be like, well, y'all make the show, and then we can have input along the way. Or here's a concept. But it's basically like just shifting things to production companies so that if shit goes down, Netflix isn't the one being sued. It's the contractor they got to produce the show. By naming Netflix, Friedman and Garagos have served notice to every studio that they are gunning for them too. That was also distinct from Tran's lawsuit that's been around since season 5, because that one does not sue Netflix at all. It only sues the production companies. So Renee's lawsuit is kind of like aiming bigger. They're trying to like tear down everybody. Renee's contract protects Delirium and Netflix from liability for future intentional misconduct and includes ruinous penalties in the millions of dollars for participants who dare to speak out about the unsafe working conditions on set. It is, in sum, a license to wreak emotional and financial havoc on all while profiting for an eternity. This is literally like the thesis of reality TV, like why it was created. For years, the studios, production companies, and networks have wielded these contracts as both a sword and a shield in a conspiracy to ensure silence from those who know the truth. This is exactly what Bethany Frankel was referring to when she selflessly shined the light on these illegal practices. As for Poche, who was facing an insurmountable $4 million penalty for breach of contract, she was willing to roll the dice. Exactly. they were suing her for this amount anyway. Might as well. Like, countersuing them was like a way out. She adds, I believe Delirium is trying to silence the abuse that occurs behind the cameras and ruin me for telling the truth. Oh my god, a quiz question at the end. Are you looking forward to the upcoming season of Vanderpump Rules? Very much. Just kidding. Okay. Unimportant. How did it know? So this is very interesting for the reality TV world. I'm following it. I follow Renee literally on Instagram. And I'm interested to see how it turns out. I've seen that Bethany Frankel is kind of this voice and leader in the space. She's been on reality TV for a long time, and she knows the business, and she has a degree of power because she has like companies and all that. So I think she's like a good face to lead it. I know also like Nick from season 2 of Love is Blind has also been like a voice in favor of like protections for reality TV, and I don't know if he had a lawsuit too that he was trying to sue for like not giving them food, and now we see in scenes like these spreads of food. It feels kind of like reactionary to that. But yeah, very interesting stuff, and I wasn't sure where to talk about it. I didn't necessarily want to make a whole video just reading this article because this article is like the story. But it's something to keep an eye on. I'm interested to see like how the lawsuit plays out and if there's settlement, a court case. I don't even know. I don't know law stuff that well, so I don't even know what the next steps are. But reality TV is due for a reckoning, and yeah, who knows? It could mean like the end of reality TV as we know it eventually. I don't think anytime soon, but eventually. And that's, I guess, a little sad for reality TV fans, but I think it's important. More important than our entertainment, you know. So that's interesting and good for Renee for, you know, rolling the dice, as she said, and, you know, exposing their asses because, yeah, when it was only until her story that I realized, like, shit, like, you're getting engaged to a stranger and have to live with them even when the cameras are off, you know, during their time in Mexico and stuff. That's, like, so fast, and, like, you think they do these thorough background checks, but then, like, how does someone like Carter get on the show? I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, do they not have enough men and they just, you know, stretch, I don't know, the rules. I'm not sure. But, you know, we will see how it plays out. And we're also going to see how the new season plays out. I hope it's, you know, everyone's safe and like, bad shit like what happened in season 5 doesn't happen. Because there's also been a lot of really good stories that come out of Love is Blind, and successful marriages, and a child now with Zach and Bliss coming into the world. So there are good things, and I can only hope good things happen, and also fun, not dangerous drama for the contestants. So yeah, I'm excited for this new season. I'm excited. It's like a Valentine's Day drop. I feel like that's very season 1. I remember season 1 came out around this late January or Valentine's Day time, and it was like pretty magical because, wait, did it? Was it like, because I feel like it came out after COVID now that I think about it, but I thought it was Valentine's Day. Anyway, I like when dating shows align Valentine's Day. I feel like The Bachelor tries to do that sometimes. I feel like it's very like thematic for the season. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the religion plays out this season, who becomes prominent out of this cast. Yeah, I'm excited to see. Let me know if there's anyone you're excited for in the cast or something you want to see this season. I think, but spoiler free, obviously. So I don't think we have too much information to go off of right now. But yeah, I'm excited for the new journey. This is kind of just the pregame. We're warming up. It's the appetizer, and then watch this space. In the days after Valentine's Day, I'll try to put out a video as soon as I can after the new season drops. And yeah, we'll get to discussing season 6 of Love is Blind. I also do want to kind of cover some Vanderpump Rules season 11. I don't know in what capacity because it comes out weekly and each season has like a ton of episodes. So I would think I would make like maybe 2 videos on a season or something. But I'll see. I have never covered Vanderpump before. So that I'm going to play with. But priority is always Love is Blind. So I will see y'all then. Also, I'll see about maybe a live stream around Drag Race. Maybe only if something like really crazy happens. Or maybe after the finale. I'll do a Drag Race stream because I love Drag Race. And yeah, you can follow me on Instagram or keep a lookout on my community tab for future live streams or videos. Or turn on the bell notification for videos, I guess. And I'm probably going to go watch a new episode of The Traitors. I hope it's out. I think it comes out Thursday nights. But yeah, I'm watching The Traitors right now. Having a lot of fun with it. Let me know if I should ever watch season 1. I kind of started it, but I wasn't vibing with the cast as much. But I've heard that season 1 is really good of The Traitors. US, I should say. Because there's a lot of seasons in UK. But I appreciate y'all being here, or if you're on VOD, appreciate you watching. I will see you soon. See you soon with videos. I'm trying to get back into my routine. And yeah, thanks so much for being here. Make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Oh no. I don't know where my end card went. Goodbye.